Enbridge is really pleased to sponsor this Famous Five speaker series across the country and in locations like here in Fort McMurray. It's really a great opportunity to keep the spirit of the Famous Five alive.
I wanted to come to Fort McMurray for a number of reasons. I have just touched down here very briefly about 5 years ago on my way up to Fort Chip, and I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to, I had a tour of the facilities at Suncor today. It was incredible. And what I really learned was that it's a community. We don't tend to hear that through the media. That's not what the media focus on necessarily. And I just wanted to get a sense of what it was like. One of the things that intrigued me about this was that Sarah would be doing facilitation afterwards, so that the conversation doesn't just stop, or the lecture, it isn't just a lecture, it's a two-way process. And I thought that's very unusual and that's very powerful. And I really liked that. It was also very democratic.
I personally, as the facilitator, feel very energized after each session because I feel how empowered people in the room, women in the room feel. They're building those connections and they start conversations that they will continue even when the event is over. They will continue those conversations in our community.
I think what I really hope people take away from what I'm going to say is that it can happen to anybody. Every story about mental illness is its own story. Everybody is very individual. What works for me may not work for anybody else. But something else I really want to drive home is that we all have to work together on this. We have got to fight the stigma of mental illness. And I think the only way we're going to do that is to talk about it, whether you're a so-called celebrity or not. It affects 1 in 5 people. At least that's what the statistics say. I bet it's more. So I'm hoping that what people take away is a feeling of calm about this, that it's not taboo, that it's not a sort of boogeyman subject, that it's a part of life, but it doesn't have to define your life. I think if I hadn't been working in radio, I would never ever have come out about it. I'm very pleased that I have sort of a national platform, very lucky as well.
So the Famous Five Foundation was founded in 1997, and our mandate is to ensure that women's voices are heard and celebrated, and we do that through events such as this, our speaker series.